Hello guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. All this history would begin after the Tournament of Power ended. A few months had already passed in which everything was peace and harmony in all the universes. Meanwhile on planet Earth, there were all the friends of Goku in Bulma's house, where they would be surprised to see Goku. It seems like a miracle to me. You haven't trained for more than a month. Why is all this?
Bulma is right, Kakarot. Not because you have reached Ultra Instinct. You should stay at that level. We Saiyans have no limits.
No, Vegeta. Of course I won't stop training. Only this month I dedicate to my family. But just tomorrow, Mr. Whis is coming to go train on his planet. Do you want to come, Vegeta?
Of course I'll go, Insect. I'm not gonna stay behind your power.
You guys don't change. I hope you become the most powerful beings in all the universes.
All that night he would spend normally on planet Earth. The next day, Whis would pick up Goku and Vegeta to take them to the planet of Mr. Beerus. At the moment they arrived, Beerus felt their key and, a little annoyed, he approached Whis.
Hey Whis, why are you supposed to bring them? I was just going to take my nap and this is very important to me.
I'm sorry, Sir Beerus. I thought that not seeing them for a few months would make you happy to train with them.
Okay, I'll also join the training with them, but don't hold me responsible if they die trying.
Don't say that, Mr. Beerus. We've become very powerful.
The next day on the planet of the god Beerus, the three powerful warriors were fighting around the entire planet. However, not even fighting together, they were able to defeat Beerus.
Stop! That's all for now. You should rest so your progress isn't affected.
Everyone would go to the castle of Lord Beerus. However, at that moment, Goku would give a smile.
Mr. Beerus, what do you think if we tell the great Zeno-Sama to hold another tournament?
What? No, don't even think about it. On that occasion, all the universes were about to be eliminated. Of course we won't do it again.
Mr. Goku, that doesn't seem like a good idea to me, since Mr. Beerus is right. Don't worry, I'm thinking of talking to Zen-chan, so no universe is in danger. Only those who are participating.
Still no. If one of those universes loses, it will also be eliminated.
No, Mr. Beerus. They'll just have to do a penance or something. But don't delete their universe. Please, Mr. Beerus. You don't seem like a bad idea to me. To remeasure the level of all the participants. What do you think, Mr. Vegeta?
Vegeta, who hadn't said anything in the entire conversation, would put on a serious look.
It also seems like an excellent idea to me. But if Mr. Beerus doesn't agree, I respect it. Do what you want. But if the universe is eliminated one way or another, I'll kill you myself.
Okay, Mr. Beerus, don't worry, we'll win.
Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Zeno-Sama and Daishinkan were talking with two supreme gods from other worlds. One of them was the god Akumo and the goddess Leviathan. However, from one moment to the next, a loud noise makes us shudder. The king's palace of everything, one of the divine temples, had been destroyed.
What happened? I can feel how the temple has been reduced to atoms. Great Zeno-Sama is right. I don't know what happened. I don't know who it is, but right now, I'll eliminate it.
At that moment, Zeno-Sama's guardians would appear at the palace, bowing.
Do you know who destroyed a divine temple? We have been great, Zeno-Sama. What happens was that a subject with a similar appearance to a demon had infiltrated such a temple, and if he did not extend his life beforehand, he would become a universal threat.
The words of the Guardians had not been enough for the king to fully excuse them. That's right, Zeno-Sama was upset.
I don't care what happened, but you're released from your position of Guardians until the temple is repaired, and you'll not be able to enter this palace again. Sorry, great Zeno-Sama. We'll do our best to return it to normal.
At that time, God Akumo would give a laugh.
Apparently you have run out of your supreme guardians.
Flashback, Akumo had planned everything before reaching the Kingdom of Everything, since he wanted to be a part of the Divine Kingdom of Zeno-Sama. However, he could not do it because there was not enough space. So he decided to eliminate his two guardians. And a flashback.
You're right, Supreme God Akumo. Apparently I've run out of guards.
At that very moment, Whis and Goku would arrive. However, Goku would be a bit surprised to realize that Zeno-Sama was a bit upset, since he had never seen him in such a way.
Well, well, apparently we have arrived at a very bad time. It will be better to leave.
When they were about to leave, Zeno-Sama was able to feel the key of his friend Goku.
Goku, how are you? We're planning to leave without saying hello?
I'm sorry, Zen-chan. I just wanted to ask you a question, but it could be another time, since the situation seems to be a bit tricky.
Don't worry, Goku. Tell me what's going on.
Who is that mortal? And why does he speak so matter-of-factly to the King of All? From what I can tell, he is one of the characters that fought in the Tournament of Strength, and if I'm not mistaken, he's the most powerful mortal of the 12 universes. I just wanted to know, could you do another Tournament of Power again? But without you deleting the universes, please.
I have a better proposal for you.
Whis would be intrigued to hear the king's words at all.
What happens is that recently my guardians have destroyed a very valuable temple for which I banished them from in this place. Would you like to be my new guardian?
Daisuke would be very surprised, as well as everyone present.
How could it be possible? That decides that a mere mortal is his guardian.
This is my best friend, and he's the most powerful mortal in the 12 universes. I know he could do it.
Daisuke was a little pensive about everything that was happening.
To be a guardian, Zeno-Sama, one must have the knowledge of some divine rules, and enough power to protect the King of All.
It would say this.
I can't believe what you're telling me, Zen-chan. Do you think he can handle such an important position?
Of course, Goku. Daishinken will make sure that you have all the necessary knowledge for the position.
Okay, Zen-chan. I agree to be your new guardian.
Whis would put on a very serious look.
Mr. Goku, the position you have achieved is much higher position than that of us angels. You must behave with respect towards the supreme deities. I don't know the divine rules of these gods, so Daishinken-sama, can you provide you with more information? Okay, thank you very much. You shouldn't worry about me.
Whis would return quickly to the planet of the god Beerus to inform him of everything that had happened. When he had arrived, Beerus would be a little intrigued when he did not see Son Goku with him.
What happened to Son Goku, Whis?
Mr. Beerus, Mr. Goku had achieved the position of guardian of Zeno-Sama.
Beerus would be very surprised by what he heard, since to be a guardian, they not only required physical strength, but also mental and spiritual strength, so as not to be corrupted by any evil being.
How is it possible that even Kakarot insect had become a new guardian?
Whis would explain everything that had happened with the Guardians, where Vegeta would still be in shock. Meanwhile, in the kingdom of Zeno-Sama, the supreme gods had already left for their universes. However, the god Akumo left. He had been very upset, knowing that the mere mortal had taken his place.
So now I'm the guardian of Zeno-Sama.
Not yet. Don't think it'll be that easy. Your son Goku must pass some tests to be crowned guardian of Zeno-Sama.
Goku would be very motivated by not knowing what these tests were. Daishinken would warn him that there would be few tests but very difficult, almost impossible.
Don't scare him like that, Daishinken.
Don't worry, Zeno-Sama. I'm ready for any challenge that comes my way.
Wow, apparently you look very confident. I like that about you, Goku, but this time you won't have it easy at all.
At that moment, Zeno-Sama would face Goku, telling him the first test, which consists of defeating two gods of destruction together, chosen by Daishinken. Goku would be a little surprised.
That's practically impossible for me right now.
I never said it'd be something simple. Daishinken, please choose the two destroyer gods.
Daishinken would observe all the universes, choosing the gods of universe 6 and 11, so the gods Champa and Varmuth would have to face Son Goku.
Fighting Mr. Champa and Mr. Varmuth together would be very difficult. I don't think I could do it.
Don't trust them. They are, Goku, all the destroyer gods have surprising power. Not because they have that appearance. They're stronger than the others. Okay, so you'll fight with them.
At that time, the Daishinken would send a statement to the god Vermouth and Champa to go to the Kingdom of All. Meanwhile, we can all see the Prince Saiyan training very hard, accompanied by his destroyer god.
We can't stay behind Son Goku. We must become much more powerful.
That's right. That insect is a low-class Saiyan. I won't let him surpass me.
Returning to the temple of Zeno-Sama, Goku was meditating, knowing that the opponents they would have would not be easy at all.
Maybe it wasn't a good idea to accept Zeno-Sama's proposal. Those gods fighting together could kill me if they wanted to.
At that moment, Zeno-Sama and Daishinken would have gone out to see how the restoration of the temple was going. However, Akumo would appear in the Kingdom of All.
Goku would be surprised to see him. So you're the guy who watched me from afar when I was appointed guardian of Zeno-Sama. You're right, Saiyan. You left me surprised to see how Zeno-Sama chose you as his guardian. I could see, but this was not my plan. I just wanted a new tournament. Yes, I heard everything. Akuma would say to himself, maybe if I kill him or leave him very injured, he'll withdraw and never come back. Since he is only mortal, it shouldn't be difficult. What happened? You kept quiet. You weren't informed of the dangers that can occur when being Zeno-Sama's guardian? Not at all. Just some, but if I get stronger, I'll try. Akuma would say, I thought it would work, but this guy just wants to get stronger. I understand, so you're just looking for more power. That's right. It's all I want, and become as powerful as Zeno-Sama. Akuma would say, I don't know why I worry so much. This capable guy who won't even be able to pass the tests. Akuma would disappear from the place without saying a word. However, at that precise moment, the gods Champa and Vermouth would arrive at the kingdom, completely emitting an extremely incredible power. Vermouth and Champa at that moment had released a great part of their power, with which they were going to confront Son Goku. While all this was happening, Akuma was observing everything next to the King of Everything. The power of that Saiyan won't be enough to face both God Destroyers. With his current power, I agree with you, Akuma, but Son Goku's power has always surprised us, so we can't underestimate it. Instantly, Champa with a great sphere of energy would create a great explosion all over the place, which at that moment, Vermouth would take advantage of the smoke curtain to rush towards Goku, who would quickly access the Super Saiyan Blue maximum power, with which he would begin to fight against Vermouth. However, he was not able to do almost anything because the difference of powers was overwhelming. Zeno-Sama, that Saiyan's not worthy to be your new guardian. I, as a being of great power, I offer you to give you a divine protection. You better let me watch the fight or else I'll never choose you. Akuma at that moment would walk away, observing all the combat. Goku was receiving a beating from both gods, who would even begin to humiliate him. Destructive Rain! At that moment, hundreds of energy arrows began to massacre the whole body of Goku, who was not able to do anything because the damage was of an overwhelming level. His screams could be heard throughout the entire kingdom of everything. That Saiyan won't be able to do anything anymore. He's done for. Compared to us, a mortal, you're a powerful warrior, but you still have a long way to go before you face us who are gods. Vermouth at that moment would throw a few energy spheres, which Goku would dodge with great ease. That's right, instantly, Goku had managed to activate the Ultra Instinct again, leaving all those present surprised, as the power that came out this time was much greater than before. At the time, Goku would increase a large part of all his power, with which he had accessed the perfect Ultra Instinct. Akuma would stand up quickly and would put a very serious look. This can't be happening. You guys never informed me that this Saiyan possessed the power beyond a god. Of course we informed you, but since they're more mortals, you never took it into account, since you referred to them as simple worms from the other universes. Damn it. If that bastard manages to master all the power of the Ultra Instinct, those two gods won't be able to defeat him. The Ultra Instinct won't be enough to defeat us. Now, we'll finish you right now. Vermouth together with Champa would increase their power to the maximum, with which instantly they caused devastation all over the place. Even their auras were rising to the sky in a terrifying way. However, Goku was observing everything with a serious look, and in the same way, he would return to observe Akuma, since he felt the hostility of his ki. So you've been responsible for all this. Do I want to fight you? Goku had exclaimed telepathically with Akuma, who was equally surprised to know that Goku knew his plan completely from the beginning. At that moment, Goku would dodge multiple blows from both gods without any difficulty. Goku at that moment would stretch one of his hands, creating a large slingshot of energy, with which would make them separate at the time. Goku with his great speed, hundreds of blows in vital points. He was able to knock out Champa, who had much lower power than Vermouth. At the moment of Vermouth reacted, he would notice how Goku had knocked out Champa in a matter of seconds. Vermouth would become enraged, destroying everything around him. Even some planets were affected by such excess energy. However, despite increasing a large part of his power, it was not enough compared to the level of Goku. What do you mean by Son Goku being easily defeated? As I told you, that Saiyan has been able to come out victorious despite having zero chances.
Akuma wouldn't say anything, but was furious, being humiliated by a simple Saiyan and without having the need to engage in combat. Vermouth, at the end of raising all his power, had launched himself against Goku, who, with his unbreakable defense, was able to stop Vermouth's blow without any difficulty.
Now you're not at my level. You'll never be able to overcome my instincts.
Goku would say to Vermouth to crash into a large rock which would be out of combat. Goku at that moment would approach Zeno-Sama.
Zeno, I'm ready to become your new guardian. I'll protect you even with my life.
No, Zeno-Sama, you can't protect by a mere mortal. Be silent, Akumo. My friend Goku proved to be powerful enough to undergo the great Daishinkan training and become my guardian. But Lord, such positions are only for high-ranking divine beings. I am the king of all, so what I say is done. I'll return, and I promise to defeat you, Saiyan, so you had better become a more powerful warrior, for my power's no match for the power of mere gods. At that moment, Akuma would open a portal with which he would arrive to his world where Leviathan would be waiting for him. What happened? Did your plan work out the way you wanted it to? Get out of here. I swear that I'll form part of the whole kingdom, even if I have to end the life of that Saiyan with my own hands. Meanwhile, Vermouth and Champa would return to their universes, which would undergo a great training since they couldn't stand the idea of being humiliated by a simple Saiyan. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Goku would begin with his new great training with the High Priest.
I'm ready, Master. I plan to overcome all my limits and be worthy to protect my friend.
I'm very happy to know that you'll make an effort in this great training, but to surpass my training, you'll need much more than just determination. Goku at the moment would say about something, but he wasn't able to say it. As a big mouthful of blood would spit out, he'd fall to the ground very badly wounded. To be the guardian of Zeno-Sama, he must always have his guard up, since we don't know when a being will attack him.
That hurt me. I thought this was just a training.
Of course it's only training, otherwise I would have ended his life with a single blow. Goku at that moment would become much more serious, knowing that if he didn't take this training seriously, he would have the possibility of dying. Goku would access the imperfect Ultra Instinct, with which he rushed against Daishinkan, who without any problem was able to dodge each of his fists. However, the collisions of his fists gave much to think about. That is, his fists, despite colliding, Goku resulted with multiple wounds. Instantly, Daishinkan, with one of his fingers, was able to send to a crash near a nearby planet, destroying it completely. Goku would recover from that blow, and at a great speed, he rushed against that Daishinkan, who would end the training for the day. Even though he's able to activate a part of the Ultra Instinct, you still think at the moment of attacking, and that slows down your speed considerably.
I don't know how to activate the perfect Ultra Instinct. I'm only able to do it when I feel cornered.
Meanwhile, on one of Akuma's planets, you could see how he was causing havoc all over the place. That's right, the powerful god Akuma was undergoing difficult training, with which he wanted to end the life of Son Goku in his next encounter. While Akuma increased his power, he remembered that Son Goku was going to obtain the position for which he always trained.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I won't let a dirty monkey take what always belonged to me!
Meanwhile, on Beerus' planet, he also increased his power, being able to access a new transformation, with which he was able to give Whis a bit of fight. Mr. Beerus, the power you have in your new transformation's incredible. I can't believe it. You're able to kill all the gods without any problem. I'd like to have a confrontation with Goku, after a few years, to prove who of the two is more powerful. Whis and Beerus at that moment would go to planet Earth, finding only Vegeta, who would explain to them that Kakarot had left to the Kingdom of Everything. Both deities were very surprised. The only thing comforting is to know that Goku is Zeno-Sama's best friend, so I don't think anything bad will happen.
But tell me, Mr. Beerus, what brings you here? I can see that your power has increased in a surprising way.
Vegeta, do you feel ready to test my new power?
Mr. Beerus, you're not the only one who's increased his power, since I've done the same. So let's begin!
Vegeta at the moment would access the Super Saiyan Blue, with which he would rush against Beerus, starting to have a very even battle, moving all over Universe 7. Well, it seems that Mr. Vegeta has also increased his power in a great way. That is surprising. But it wouldn't be enough for the new power of Beerus, who, despite not being transformed, was able to leave Vegeta badly wounded.
You've increased your power in an amazing way, but you still don't have the necessary power to face me completely.
It seems I have no choice. I wanted to use this transformation against Kakarot's insect, but you leave me no choice, Beerus. What the hell are you saying? Are you giving me to understand that you have more power? Vegeta would begin to raise his power in an amazing way, which would even push Whis back a little bit. What kind of training has Mr. Vegeta done? His power is of another level. I can even say that it's above most of the gods. Vegeta at that moment of a great purple aura could be seen with his new transformation, which would leave both deities surprised for the power that he gave off. Vegeta, how the hell did you get all that power? Can't believe it. Vegeta, without saying a word, was able to send Beerus flying, which would be dragged down a few mountains because the power of Vegeta's blow had been overwhelming. Oh my, thought you had your guard up, that's why I attacked you. Mr. Vegeta's power had been at an incredible speed. Mr. Beerus did have his defense up, but the speed was so fast that he completely overcame him. Beerus would instantly recover from that blow, raising a great part of his power, beginning to exchange blows with Vegeta. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Goku this time was already able to access the perfect Ultra Instinct at will. That's right, with the Daishinkan training, he was able to dominate all his internal ki. Master, I owe you all this, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have reached this power. Mr. Goku, the power you achieved is amazing. Apparently, you're able to access the next test. What's the next test, Master? You must enter the Forbidden World of the Guardians. Forbidden World? When you leave that world, your senses, power, everything in general, will multiply in a surprising way. But it will not be easy to leave since there are beings with incredible powers. Do you want to do it? Of course I do, Daishinkan-sama! I want to break my limits and become more and more powerful. Daishinkan in that instant, with his great power, would form a great portal of purple color, by which Goku in the moment of entering would feel a great pressure in his body, but Goku in the same way would release the pressure that the Ultra Instinct exerted, neutralizing it completely. How strange this place is. I feel my body a little heavier even though I've released my pressure. Meanwhile, with Akuma, that god would continue his rigorous training in the same way. I swear that I'll end the life of that wretched monkey, and I'll become the new guardian of Zeno-Sama. Returning to the battle between Vegeta and Beerus, both were badly wounded. However, Beerus was not using all his power. Vegeta, with my current power, I'm not able to defeat you, but how about this? Beerus at that moment began to raise his power in a surprising way, which even made the Prince of the Saiyans retreat due to the power he was releasing.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.